Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, say you'll be mine, Miss Scarlet.
Why dance with him, Miss Scarlet, when you can dance with me?
Fiddle-dee-dee, I got my heart set on eating barbecue today. My, who's that attractive, distinguished young man over there?
I hear that's Captain Butler's table. He's the biggest and bestest refinisher in all Atlanta. Don't you pay him no never mind, Miss Scarlet. Say you'll be mine.
I'll tell you what, boys. I'll dance with the first one of y'all that brings me another mess of ribs.
That'd be me, Miss Scarlet.
How do 6 or 8 peach cobblers sound, Miss Scarlet?
That sounds mighty fine. Y'all shake a leg now.
This the place?
Yeah.
Oh, after you.
No, I am
Hi, I'm Jack D. Ripper.
And I'm Henry V, Part 1.
Welcome to Furniture to Go, or in this case, lamps.
Silence of the Lambs.
Very good.
Oh, it's a lamp show, and you're in for a real treat because we're in the classic lighting emporium on 2nd Street in Philadelphia.
And we're going to meet the proprietor, Frank Fasone, who's on his way right now.
Frankie Char, how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
All right. How you doing? Now you just can't leave.
Well, Frank, you want to tell us about some of these lights?
Well, let's start with this one here. This is a cast iron, came off the steps of the Club Revival on 3rd Street.
My uncle used to lean on these on the way home from the
Turn of the
tap room.
century, a real
I have a
classic.
statue of him on my home bar.
The big red nose.
So you do a lot of salvage work, right?
Yes, we do, yeah.
See? People get rid of stuff, smart guys come, and they get it.
So you can actually refurbish. You find something that looks like a piece of junk, clean
That's
it up,
true,
put
right.
new parts
Restore the
onto
whole
it.
piece.
And Frank's got
New
this whole,
wiring.
He's got a whole warehouse upstairs filled with lamps and shades and brass fittings and all
Here
that
we
kind
have
of
a
stuff.
hanging one, right?
This is a hanging lamp.
Yeah, now this is bronze. This came out of Chestnut Hill.
Oh, where the rich people live.
So these would be the hangers.
That's a beautiful,
Like
it's a
me.
classic piece.
Probably hung over the entrance.
Oh, I broke it.
No problem.
Now here's a set of
Now
four.
these 4 we just got from Princeton, New Jersey.
Wow, those are
The
nice.
secret to these is to keep them dirty.
Yeah.
The hottest selling item right now is rusted cast iron.
Yeah, you don't want to take a wire wheel to them and
No,
start
not
cleaning
at all.
them.
You want to leave them just
Good.
as they are. Just rewire them and leave them just like that.
They're pretty. What do they go for, one of those?
These are $750 each.
God
good.
bless
Not
somebody,
bad,
not
not
me.
bad.
Could you wrap up 4 of them for us?
Yeah,
We
please.
could.
Give me
Sam?
12. Now, here you've got a nice array of figurative lamps.
Yes. Now
right?
these are all newel post lamps.
Newel post is the big post at the bottom
At
of
the
the
bottom
stairway.
on the banister.
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
banister.
right.
So
They
these-
all usually lit up.
These ladies, this lady, who's she over here?
That's a Minerva.
Yeah.
Yeah, South Philly and Minerva.
Oh, I knew her. She did floors, didn't she?
I could see by the long nails.
Yeah.
And over next to her, who's that, Tom Waits?
Looks like Tom Waits.
Oh, Mother Teresa, these jugs are heavy.
That's our water boy lamp.
Over here, this guy, that lady saying, watch it with that lance.
It's Don Quixote, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
that's
this is,
it.
They got lance next
They're
to
all
Munchkin land.
Victorian around the turn of the century.
and it's a nice dragon lamp there. And
Oh
here,
yeah, all bronze.
This is,
beautiful piece.
painted
That's
on
a
glass.
reverse painting on glass, mantle lamps.
So when you light it up, you'll see the scene. Well, you know, we want to go and we're going to look at some other lamps, some pole lamps we'd like to work on in the show. So
Real good.
I think you got a big selection.
Frank not only
Real
has
good.
lamps that you could buy and just plug in, he actually has a section where you can make your own lamp, put it together, and then take it home.
So we're going to go shopping.
Let's go
right?
shopping.
Okay.
Okay.
Back in the workshop with our buffet and Andy, and he's going to show us how this concept works. This is some of the stuff we picked out.
Got some nice parts here.
This looks like Jules Verne right here.
This is a wall sconce, right?
Absolutely.
Look at that, it's real pretty.
We put that the alligator clips on the fitting.
Put that right over the socket.
All disparate parts, yet
Look at that. And
when
the
you
bulbs go
plug
right
the
in.
bulbs in, or
South Philly, light bulbs. I put the light bulb in. The light bulb blew. And then I'll plug it in, look.
plug it in there, Chief.
Ready?
Fire when ready.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And we're going to be following the same kind of concept with all the parts that we got.
Boy, Frankie really is the king of lamps,
Yeah,
huh?
we got to change our clothes.
Thanks.
Frank, thank you.
All right.
Thanks a lot,
All right.
appreciate
Thanks a
it.
lot.
Take it easy.
Thanks a lot, Ed.
We'll see you.
All right. Hey, did you pay for this?
What?
What's
no.
this?
Honest to God, Frank.
Honest to God.
Come on. Come on. Who the hell are you?
Funny face.
Nah, Myrna Loy, the good earth.
I got some work in the field to do. Oi,
Brown rice. Can I have brown rice, please?
did you ever see so many bloody lamps?
Let's not talk about bloody
That's nice.
lamps. Look, we've got a lot of elements for our table lamp and our shade.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
All the kinds of stuff.
This is a nice lamp, and it's only poplar, you know. Whoa, round the maypole. And it smells like
Teen Spirit.
the 30s. I'm gonna clean this down. What do you clean it down with? You clean it down with the same stuff we use all the time. You know what that is. What is it? What is it? What is it?
NAFTA.
Not naphtha. A lot of people write letters N-A-F-T-A. No, it's naphtha, see? M-A-P-T-H-A.
And to create a new lamp, all you have to do, well, you have to pull these little things up. See what these are? I don't know what they're called, but you have to pull them up, and then you can squeeze
That's
the
called a
harp.
harp. Oh,
This is the harp, but what are these called?
Those are called little round circular
Yeah, okay,
things.
I figured you knew.
Lock elements.
And then lock elements. And then you just start to unscrew this part and start to yank out.
It's like these
the
little
guts.
lines over here. What are they called?
Flamings. Look, we have a central shaft, as many of us do, and then we just start to pull off all our accoutrements.
I'm still doing this here. Now, I'm going to marbleize just certain elements of this. And you want to sand the piece. I'm going to marbleize this center here.
And when you take out the guts and the wire, you got to do something about this, because this will never fit up there. So what I do is I take this knife here, and I go like
Boy,
that.
these things are really getting on my nerves.
And next, Joe's going to have to prime while I begin to
Well, see, I got this
connect
all
my elements in an artistic way on this little baby lamp.
sanded and primed. Look at this. A nice primer, dry real fast. It's a quick prime. You've turned me out night after night, but not anymore. I won't be denied tonight. I won't. I won't. I can't. I can't. Oh, hi. You caught me. I'm marbleizing again. I'm stuck on it. I can't help it. People write letters and say, you're going to do marbleizing again. Well, we got a lamp, and it's got a lot of nice elements in it. You can see I'm going to do this piece, and the base, and the top. It's going to look pretty, and I'm doing like an old yellow marble that's kind of got that.
I love that movie. I cried at that
Old
movie.
Yeller was a sad movie.
When that dog marbleized, everybody cried.
You saw the wrong one. Now I got this color on, you see? This is
Color.
These are Japan colors, and I mixed some white and some yellow ochre, which is this color here. I got some of this red, and we'll work those in at some point. But right now I'm putting this yellow that I mixed, and I'm going to take some of the Japan color here, which is a French yellow ochre, and we're just going to put some of this on willy-nilly, just like that. And then we take the blender brush right here. This is a Badger brush. It's an expensive brush,
Osterizer.
and I'm just going to blend. I got naphtha in that container, and you can see when you go around, it makes a nice, smooth, beautiful finish. And the naphtha softens everything. It softens the paint. You can see it splashing up in the air. Doesn't that look pretty? Now, if we take this again, go up here, watch again. Now, this is the base foundation. Once you get this color, then you lay in the veins and all the other markings. Hey, Ed.
I'm done already.
Hey, that looks beautiful.
This is my lamp. Hey, does
come with a-
everybody like that one?
Does that come with a pipe?
All right, all right. All right, I've got 2 exploded lamps and a lot of extra elements. Houston to Lem, Houston to Lem. I like that movie. Okay, I'm going to try a few things. Now, if I'm going to put one of these big glass balls down, I need one of these to catch and hold the orb.
The orb. Exeter.
This is Absorbitron. Let's see. Now this. The rich, everything's made of crystal. Everything. Nah, see, I don't want clear with clear. And besides, I've got a shade over here that's got some red elements. So, well, I can't put glass next to glass. I've got to put some brass to sort of make it a buffer. Wait a minute. How about this? And now we go there. How about that? All right, I keep going, I keep going. How about a red thing to catch this?
Red thing always works.
And Belle Watling, this is hers. All right, okay. All right, I got to keep working. I got to get in touch with the muse. Joe?
I'm marbleizing still. I have all the brushes here. I need a brush holder. That's what Ed said.
You need a holster.
I need somebody to hold these brushes. You get all your colors on. Now I put on the new color, which is white, because...
The mighty white.
Can you believe how much of this I got done? It's actually a process that you have to go around the pole, and you got to use the Badger brush. It's a blender. And you use the naphtha. The naphtha is what blends everything together. And make sure you're doing this with a place where you got no rugs. Can you see how nice it looks? I think it looks nice, huh? We go down here. We go down here. Here we go. Look at this. The base naphtha. Jade Silverheels, marbleizing.
Tonto, you go to town and marbleize.
And you want to make it so it looks nice and fuzzy. Look at that. And then afterwards, we'll do some veining in it. Using thin brushes, put some highlights in it. But the most important thing is to get your foundation down. Because if you don't have a good foundation, you're going to turn out bad. So
Just like we did.
My father always used to say that. You're going to go to the reform school, where I majored in crime. Ed, what are you doing over there?
What? I think I might have a plan. The first thing you got to do, remember, you got to push one of these down so it's nice and finished at the bottom. And as in any piece of architecture, architecture? So you're doing architecture, but I listened to what he said about foundation. So my foundation is a big one. Look, then I'm going to make a variety pack, put some brass, and make sure it fits in there. Then I'll put another red one to sort of capture the red. Capture the red there. I'll put it this way.
Capture the red like in Stratego.
And then I'll put another brass piece to capture this one. How about that one, eh? All right, that's it. This red's going to pick up my Tiffany lampshade. Now I'm going to have to start schlumping this down the central shaft. But of course, first, I've got to capture this with a little brass fitting, such as this. And then I'll be able to start fishing my wire down.
That sometimes hurts when you fish.
Fishing the wire.
You can get cut.
Goodness, I've resisted that brute's advances for another night. There's nothing he can do to get me to submit. Nothing. All that resistance has made me feel quite faint and peckish.
All right, hold still, you two. All right, there's a switch. No light bulb in yet. And there, I think I've probably made a lamp not quite as ugly as the previous two, perhaps. And it's time to bless same. And of course, Luke, John Locke is coming in his empirical walker. went to college. All that's left is to put my harp on. Here's a little one for today, because the big one was too big. That's all you do to snap it on, and then you pull these little things down, whatever the hell they may be. And then the next thing, well, what shade shall I choose? Well, probably the only one I have. And as you can see, the red picks up the red. And design-wise, we've done as many other designers have done before us. Started big, worked up gracefully so that it goes up to the sky, so that it offers its beauty to God. I'm gonna shoot myself. We got to put a little plate here to make a steady platform for our shade. I look underneath. Come on, get in there. And the last thing we do is put on the finial, or the finial, which is the final thing to put on. Now that's a nice lamp.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Joe, what about you?
Oh, I'm graining over here, and it's grating on me. Let me tell you. I got different colors. Look, see? Remember Ritter Tangy?
Looks like the takeout box in the drive-in movie.
Well, I'm even marbleizing the pizza box here. Now I'm putting in some dark colors. See, I got some veins in here. And we got to pull this up here. Just like that there. Down here. You know, a lot of the black marks, especially in yellow marble, are iron spots. They iron spots. Let's make put in here a dark core, just like me. Got a dark core. That's what they used to send notes home to my mother. He has a dark core. He watches too many of those Universal horror films.
That's what happens to you in Catholic school. It's not weak in math.
He thinks he's Frankenstein.
P.S. His soul is diseased. A little slow on English lit, and his soul is diseased.
Now look, right over here. We'll go with some white, right on the side.
The mighty white.
There we go. And with the badger, hey, 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 hey. There we go, that's all we need. That looks pretty. What do you think? Huh?
I think not one of your nuns has
What do
their
you
own...
think? Huh?
Not one of your nuns has their own TV show, I can tell you that.
No, and I'm waiting for one of them to write me a letter. Okay, got a paint in here. See this, rings here? We're going around the paint. I had to go up to the second floor, see? Step up there, that's a paint can. Gotta improvise when you're doing this stuff. And you paint. I'm using this so I can put my hand on, see? Because out here there's nothing. So in here, if the lamp doesn't move, and it is a wobbly lamp, you know, weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
That lamp's gonna fall down.
No, you have to turn it. Got to come back to the first floor. Turn it around this way. Up to the second floor. And this gives you that decorative quality that you see in real marble. See that? Isn't that pretty? Now, once you get done there, if you look down on the bottom.
You've done this too much.
Look on the bottom. And I got the wider brush now. I just
Wider brush.
Just finish this off here.
Because it works.
And this is Japan colors. Now, once these dry, I let these dry for a couple days. Sure, in the studio, 1.5 hours. I'll let it dry, and then I'll spray it with lacquer, just from a can. Spray it 2-3 coats, and then you can sand it down lightly. Remember when you spray the lacquer, sand between coats, then tack rag and apply another coat. Light coats, not a heavy coat, it'll drip. And then when you get your 4 or 5 coats on or whatever, and it looks nice and shiny, you can buff it out with some 4-0 steel wool and wax it, and it'll look just like marble.
Joe, can you come here and help me, please?
Oh, yeah. Do I have to help you?
Nah, but just come over here anyway.
Really? Because my hands are all...
Oh, well,
I
then
can't
just
touch.
stand there.
I'm going to go back over
This
here.
is, you remember what Donna Reed wore in From Here to Eternity. She was a wahine, which is Hawaiian for futon. And she belonged to Montgomery Clift, who in real life wouldn't have known what to do with her, but that's another story for another time. I'm using a hot glue gun to do fringe to make this ugly lampshade even uglier. The hot glue gun, the tiny little bead, End it there, smush it back. I'll cut this piece off just a little long. And then, just like doing GIMP, I'll fold it back under so as not to get a frayed end. And I'll just lay this part down in there, down in there, down in there. It's done. God bless. Look at that
Look
watch,
at that.
boy.
It's 5 minutes to Lon Chaney Sr., the original Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, if he knew what Weber did.
He'd be turning over in his grave.
Well, isn't that the reaction everybody has?
Anyway, we got the lamps finished. Here's the lamp that I marbleized, the yellow marble.
Let's see the before.
Here's the before. Look at that. And the stunning after.
Well, it's different anyway.
Well, you can see from the base, it's all nice and neat and clean and coming up there. And I cleaned the jewels. See the jewels? They had
Bad to have dirty jewels.
They had paint on them, so I had to clean the jewels off. And the
In
shade,
a sitz bath, no doubt.
I got the finial that's supposed, the Albert finial that's supposed to go on here. It doesn't fit. So we'll have to go back to Frankie and get it.
It's an Oliver Reed, I think, now. And over here, we have the fabulous Ersatz Tiffany lamp.
That's
it used to
Ersatz
be
as
in
you can get.
paces.
Here's
In
the before.
paces.
Here's the before.
Yes, in pieces.
Look at this.
And the after. I like a nice pause.
I liked it better on the before.
Oh, but you could carry it in a box.
Hey, you know, we got to go back to Frankie now.
You know what the best part about Frankie Char's place?
What?
It ain't that other guy's lamp store.
That's great.
Never going to go
From
back
now on,
there
we go
again.
back to Frankie.
Frankie, your people, I like
He's got a classy
All right,
joint. Let's go.
Here we come, Frankie. Hey, man, you got bad dandruff today.
Delivering in the snow. It's so wonderful.
Thank goodness we changed back into our original clothes.
Well, you have, these are our delivery clothes.
Yeah. Hey, Frank.
Hey, Ed, how are you?
What do you think?
How are you?
Nice yellow
Joe, that
marble.
looks fabulous.
Like
What a
it?
nice marbleizing job.
Hey, what about mines?
What a nice marbleizing job, Joe.
See, even you can marbleize as long as you got the
Fabulous.
time and the patience.
And maybe you could do a better job, but maybe somebody will like it. Anyway, until next time, I'm Ed Feldberg.
And I'm Joe Lorario.
That's exactly what I've been looking for.
And remember, be nice to your furniture and your lights.